Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name's Ruby, I'm 22, I live in New York City, and this is my lifestyle channel. So if you like what you see here, please be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. We are trying to reach 6K. That is the next goal here for this channel. I post new videos 3 times a week, so there's always new content to binge. As you can already tell from the title, today we're gonna be doing what I spend in a week as a 22-year-old living here in New York City. I have always loved making finance videos about money, budgeting. Last year I did a monthly series because I was on a low buy. This year I'm on a no buy. But because I'm not doing like a monthly financial series anymore, there definitely hasn't been as many finance videos on my channel. So one of you guys suggested that I film one of these recently, and I thought it was such a great idea. I vlogged throughout the week so that I could show you guys exactly what I was spending my money on. Now I do just want to say, keep in mind that every single week for me is very different. I work for myself full time, meaning I make my own schedule. So every single week looks different. I definitely spend a different amount every single week given like just what's happening. But I will say that all in all, even on like a more expensive week, I feel like I still spend a lot less than the average person living here in the city. And that's just because I'm very conscious of like my budget and where my money is going. And I am a firm believer in the fact that living in New York City does not have to be crazy expensive. There are ways to do it in the city where you're living far more reasonably. And with that being said, if you guys want any more finance videos in the future, any more what I spend videos, let me know in the comments down below. Shoot me some video ideas. I always love getting feedback from you guys. I have everything broken down in my notes app on my iPad because my phone is charging. But without further ado, let's just jump into today's video. Now I will say for this specific week, I just did Monday through Friday because that's my work week. Typically, if I'm gonna spend money, it's gonna be during one of those days. On the weekends, it's more so time for me to work on personal projects, hang with my boyfriend and our puppies, so I rarely spend money on the weekends. If I do, it's for like a meal out or something. But I felt like this video would be the most helpful if I just focused on Monday through Friday. So on Monday, I had to get up really early. I had kind of a crazy start to my day, so I treated myself to an iced matcha latte. This was $4.50 and totally worth it, honestly. I took the subway twice on Monday. The subway is my favorite way to get around New York City. I cannot remember the last time I took a car, like an Uber or a cab. I literally never do that. And actually, I rarely take the subway. I live in an area of town where it makes it really convenient to kind of walk everywhere, but this week in particular I actually did have to go places that were pretty far from me. So I took the subway twice on Monday and each time was $2.75. This was also the day that I did my grocery shopping. I usually do my grocery shopping on Monday or Tuesday. Today's actually Monday as I'm filming this video, and my plan is to go to Target right after this and pick up my groceries. Anyways, my total for this week was $68.34, which honestly I really don't think is that bad. I have so many friends who I know spend so much more on groceries, so usually my total ends somewhere anywhere between $55 and $65 a week, which for me I think is great, and it gives me enough food to truly not only last the week but make sure that I can eat all of my meals at home. And that was it for Monday. So now as far as Tuesday, it was a super light spending day. I literally, again, all I did was just take the subway 2 times, again each for $2.75. Wednesday I started off my day with taking the subway to SLT on the Upper East Side because my friend Danita was teaching a class. For those who don't know, SLT is a Pilates studio here in the city, and I've been kind of getting back into a couple group fitness classes here and there now that my back is finally feeling better. And Pilates has been something that's been incredibly beneficial to my recovery process, so I took the subway up to that class for $2.75, and obviously when I came back home I took the subway as well for $2.75. When I got to SLT, it's one of those Pilates studios where you need the grippy socks to take the class, so I purchased 2 pairs of socks, and the total for that came to $32. Kind of expensive for 2 pairs of socks, but I get it, they are a specialty, you need them to take the class, and that purchase still fits into my no buy because it is a product that I didn't have. And then that day after taking my SLT class, I had a ton to do the rest of the day, but I was really hungry, so I picked up a smoothie from Press Juicery. Where did I go? No, I think I went to Juice Press. I don't know, I went somewhere for a smoothie. The total for that was $10.83. Kind of expensive for a smoothie, really expensive for a smoothie actually, but it was large, it was filling, and I only do that like once in a blue moon. Thursday I took another SLT class, this time at a different location, but I still needed to take the subway, so I rode it to class and back from class again, both for $2.75. And then a little bit later in the day I went to Whole Foods. I decided that I wanted to make myself a really nice dinner that night, so I picked up some fresh meat, and then I also picked up 2 containers of fruit because when I went to Target to do my grocery shopping, they didn't have a ton left there, so I figured I would get it later in the week. And I also picked up a food magazine / cookbook while I was there. I don't do that all the time, but I love the magazines and the cookbooks that Whole Foods has while you're waiting in line for the register. And there was one in particular that really intrigued me, and there were a ton of recipes in there that I've already started making. So after all of that at Whole Foods, my total came to $37.47. And then as far as Friday, I literally spent absolutely nothing. It is incredibly important to me that I have at least one no spend day a week. Typically it actually comes out to more like 2 to 3 days a week for me. But like I said, this week was kind of abnormal because I did need to take the subway multiple days a week. But Friday, every place I needed to be, I could walk to, and I honestly didn't have that much on the agenda. I think I just spent most of my day here filming content. So I didn't spend a thing. And also that weekend, Kevin came home from family vacation and we were just taking like a ton of time to be with each other. I missed him so much. And because of that, we literally like just stayed home and chilled. So again, I didn't spend anything over the weekend. Even though, like I said, we're just focusing on Monday through Friday for this video, I still thought it was interesting to mention. So I'm gonna take a second and add all of this up, and then I will come back at you guys with the grand total for the week. So after all is said and done, my grand total for the week was $175.14, which honestly I think is incredible for a week kind of like jam-packed in New York. Like I did a lot and I spent under $200, which I honestly think is a really respectable amount. Like I said, every single week here in New York is different. This is actually a little bit of a higher number for me, again, because I took the subway way more than I typically do in a week. And also, like, I'm not gonna have to buy socks from SLT next week. Also, I do wanna say though, this was a week that I didn't have to spend money on any utilities or rent. For me, those happen towards the end of the month, pretty much for everything. But there you guys have it. That is everything that I spent in a week as a 22-year-old living in New York City. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you found it interesting, entertaining, helpful, informative, all of the above. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also click that subscribe button down below. Again, we're trying to reach 6K. That is the next goal here for this channel. Be sure to follow me on all of my other social media networks, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse. Check out my Amazon shop. The links for everything are always in the down bar below. I love you guys so much. I hope that you all are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon in my next video. Okay? Bye, everybody.